Hello students, today we are going to read lesson number 1 of class 7. It is from history. The name of the first chapter is Tracing Changes Through 1,000 Years. Students, history is all about the study of past. If we get too far in the past, we find no material evidence to study history. But as we come closer to the present time, we find that records and testimonials of various events are found, which help us in studying the subject. The study of history is divided into 3 parts, that is ancient history, medieval history, modern history. In this chapter, we are going to study from 700 CE to 1800 CE. CE, students, means common era. It means we are going to study 1100 years in this section. Students, as we have already known that Arabs come to India as traders. Undoubtedly, the period of 1100 years is a long one, and you will surely be excited to know about new people, new dialects, new scripts, new style of dressing up, food, buildings, monuments, painting, music, political scenario, etc. As you already know, the Arabs came to India as traders. Turkish invasion took place in India from 1000 CE onward. They aimed at establishing a sultanate or kingdom in our country. Persian was there. Persian there was court language. Persian was there, court language. There were ruling dynasties, among them Pratihars, Pals, Rashtrakuts, Cholas, and Mughals were the contemporary. First of all, we see in 16th century, Mughals came to India from Central Asia. Their policies had a significant impact on social, political, cultural, military, and economic structure of India. Their rule was that of pomp and show, splendor and opulence. They introduced various new dressing styles such as ghagra, choli, kurta, churidar, pajama, sherwani, etc., which are in vogue even the present times. They also introduced various types of new food items such as biryani, pulao, and korma, which are extremely popular even today. Students, mangoes, tobacco, grapes, ice, and chilies were introduced in India during Mughal period. Iranis, Afghans, Turkish, and other migratory were from India, came to India throughout this period. Most of them were Sufi saints and scholars. They came from distant places such as Turkey in the west, Mongolia in the east. Coming of these new people changed many things in India. We will read about many such changes in this section. Hindustani, Gujarati, Kannada, Marathi and Rajasthani, Odia, Assami and Bengali were some of the many languages which developed and flourished various regions of India. However, along with the introduction of Arabic and Persian script, a new language called Urdu was developed, which was unique to the Indian subcontinent. Students, historical records exist in various languages which have changed considerably. Over the years, medieval Persian, for example, is different from modern Persian. The difference is not just with regard to grammar and vocabulary, but the meaning of words also change over time. Let us take the term Hindustan, for example. Today we know it as India, the modern nation state. When the term was used in the 13th century by Minhajul Siraj, a chronicler who worked to when the term was used in fields, historians and their resources. Historians use different types of resources to learn about the past depending upon the period of their study and nature of their investigation. Last year, for example, you read about rulers of the Gupta dynasty and Harshvardhana. In this book, we will read about the following 1000 years from 700 CE to 1800 CE for about 1100 years. You will notice some community in the resources and used by historians for the study of this period. They still rely on coins, inscriptions, architectures, textual records for information. But there is also considerable discontinuity. The number and variety of textual records increased dramatically during this period. They slowly displaced other types of available information. Through this period, paper gradually became cheaper and more cheaper. People used it to write holy texts. The rulers write letters and techniques of saints, petitions, judicial records, and for registers of account and taxes. Manuscripts were collected by wealthy people, rulers, monasteries, and temples. They were placed in libraries and archives. These manuscripts and documents provide a lot of detailed information to historians, but they are also difficult to use. There was no printing press in those days, so scribes copied manuscripts by hand. If you have ever copied a friend's homework, you would know that this is not a simple exercise. Sometimes you cannot read your friend's handwriting and are forced to guess what is difference in your copy of your friend's work. Manuscripts copying is somewhat similar as scribble copied manufactures. They also introduced small changes, a word here, a sentence there. These small differences grew over centuries of copying until manuscripts of the original text came into effect.